the managing director of Coles, Ian McLeod, has said that he doesn't believe the levy will actually push up grocery prices or will have a relatively small impact on grocery prices. And the biggest impact will be rising electricity costs, which is another factor. So are you running a scare campaign on this? What will you do to stop rising utility prices? And just your general comments on
what I would say on cost of living matters is this. As a government, we've understood that families are under cost of living pressures. There are many people who are doing it tough, many people who at the end of a week or a fortnight are looking at what has come in the pay packet and what needs to go out, and they're trying to work out how this all adds up. And what's important to them? Decent working conditions, not being at risk of having their penalty rates stripped away. Work Choices did that. Mr Abbott supports Work Choices. Having a government that's provided tax cuts 3 years in a row, that created the education tax rebate to take the pressure off when you've got the costs of getting the kids to school, and I've extended that to school uniforms. Taking the pressure off when you're meeting child care costs by increasing the child care tax rebate to 50%. And just yesterday in this campaign, I've announced another measure to assist with cost of living pressures, and that is ending the old-fashioned structure of our family tax benefit system, which seemed to assume that kids left school at 16 and you didn't really need to have family benefits for them at a realistic level any longer. Somehow a 16-year-old got less than a 15-year-old. Yesterday I announced that we'd step forward, and for families that get the maximum rate of family benefit, it's a difference of more than $4,000 per teenager. Now, these are important measures. Mr Abbott is there with a company tax increase that will put pressure on prices. You use the terminology a small increase. Well, there are many Australians who, when they collect up items in the supermarket, get the trolley to the checkout, what in some people's eyes might be a small increase is a big deal for them. A big deal about whether that basket of groceries that they need that week is affordable. My economic plan is to put company tax on businesses like Coles and Woolworths down.
Prime Minister,
yes.
In New South Wales in the past 3 days you've visited 6 seats, all of which are Labor-held seats. Now, you're not like Newcastle.
Well, I am standing here with Jim Arneman.
Understood, but we're in the electorate of Newcastle at the moment. You're not likely to lose this seat. But is that a sign that that's where the battleground is now? It's in those Labor-held seats and you're trying to defend territory rather than actually gain new seats?
Look, you will see us campaigning in many places around the country. Yes.
Prime Minister, in the Reserve Bank statement, it did say that consumers are a bit cautious at the moment. You talked about spending being a bit sluggish. So do you think middle-income earners deserve another new tax cut to cope with living costs?
Look, what we're announcing in this campaign is what is affordable. During the course of this campaign, there have been days I've faced some criticism for being pretty forensic, pretty determined to make sure that proposals are affordable. We won't be announcing anything in this campaign which means that we do anything other than bring the budget back to surplus in 2013. I'm determined the budget will be back in surplus in 2013. Right, we'll just go here and there and then we'll get on the move. Yes.
Prime Minister, you said you thought the government had lost its way. Since you've unveiled the real Julia, we've heard a lot more about the good things that you think the government has done. So I'm just asking, do you still think the Rudd government had lost its way, or was that just sort of a convenient excuse for taking power and it had more to do about polls?
Look, I indicated when I became Prime Minister that there were a set of issues that I was concerned the government had lost its way and that the government was not, at that stage, designing appropriate solutions to. And, of course, the list includes having a sustainable Australia, not a big Australia. It included dealing with our mining companies to get a set of arrangements about what became the Mineral Resources Rent Tax. It included dealing with policy positions for asylum seekers for the future, and I've designed my proposal that we're in dialogue with East Timor about. What I said when I became Prime Minister, indeed in my first statement, I acknowledged that good work had been done to keep Australians working during difficult days. That's what I'm saying today as well. Latika.
Lindsay says there's not a shred of evidence to support that he might be working against you. Have you
Look, what I've said on these questions is I'm not going to be diverted by them. If I'm elected as Prime Minister on the 21st of August, what I will do is I will run a traditional cabinet system of government. People will have their say in the room and they'll hold their silence outside the room. They're the appropriate rules for a cabinet system of government. Thank you very much.
This is APAC, Australia's first 24-hour election channel.